Thank you so much for the introduction. My name is Nadiem Makarim. I am Indonesian. I am the founder and CEO of GO-JEK. I first have to explain the concept of what an ojek is. An ojek is a motorcycle taxi. There are more motorcycle taxis, there are more ojeks in Jakarta than taxis. They've been around for decades, and they are one of the primary transportation options for people in Jakarta to get around without getting stuck in traffic. So what is GO-JEK? GO-JEK is very simply a mobile app with a social mission. GO-JEK is a mobile app that connects the most trusted and reliable ojeks across Indonesia to a network that can then be used by consumers to use and book these ojeks for multi-purpose services. Not only transportation, but also instant delivery, courier, and also personal shopping, meaning food delivery or grocery delivery. Now, how did the idea of GO-JEK come to be? So as with most practical innovations, it comes actually from a personal need. I thought of the idea of GO-JEK because, to be honest, I really needed it in Jakarta. At that time, I was consulting here, and I had my own car, I had my own driver, I had a company car, I had a company driver, and I never took it. I only took ojeks. It was faster. I would by no means be able to hit all my meetings if I didn't take these ojeks all the time. And as I took them 3-4 times a day, I began to build relationships with the most reliable ones. And I started interviewing them. We hung out on the side of the street. I bought them coffee, bought them a few cigarettes, and then we started talking. And what I learned was something quite shocking. What I learned was that 75% of their time spent, meaning 12 to 14-hour days, they were actually idle. They were idle because of this archaic system in which they had to sit there and wait for customers to come to them. And even then, it only occurred during rush hour. So you've got this huge inefficiency. Whenever you wanted an ojek, there'll be no ojeks. Whenever you didn't want an ojek, they would be crowding pedestrian walkways all over Jakarta. So then the concept began to build. The concept began to build of how do I connect these most reliable ojeks into a mobile application, but also increase their utilization by not only having them take transport, but by taking courier orders, by taking other types of logistical high value add services. And to do this, you needed trust. So that's what we went about and set to build through branding, through technology. Give them a uniform, give them a jacket, give them helmets, and give them an Android handset. Now you're ready to go. So GO-JEK basically solves or mitigates two key issues very common in developing economies, especially in the mega cities within these developing economies. Number one is congestion. Congestion is one of the primary causes of economic productivity loss, especially in developing economies where most of the economy is actually run from the urban cities. Okay? An average car owner here will waste about 4 hours of their time, 3 to 4 hours of their time every day in a car. That's just to show you the scope of the issue. GO-JEK does not solve congestion, but it does provide a very compelling substitute from having to use your own private vehicle. Okay? Either it's for transportation reasons, or instead of you going out to get something, it comes to you. Okay? That's kind of the first issue that it mitigates. The second issue that it mitigates, probably the more acute one, is not unemployment. I think that in most developing countries, the informal sector has ample opportunity to make a quick buck here and there. I don't think unemployment is the core problem. It's underemployment. Underemployment is the inability to actually make as much money as you want to earn as much as you want to. And this is what GO-JEK solves in a very, very elegant way. Because with a cheap Android handset, a helmet, and a motorcycle, they can work whenever they want, 24 hours a day. They can work from wherever they want. A lot of our drivers have stopped going to their base and instead spend time with their family and receive orders directly from home. which significantly improves their lifestyle. So this freedom, this autonomy, enables people who were either fired because businesses went out of business, either could not get jobs in the formal economy because they didn't have diplomas, and all these reasons, suddenly there's GO-JEK. And because of this efficiency in the market, they're able to earn 2.5 times minimum wage. For those of you that know Jakarta, the minimum wage in Jakarta is actually very high right now. It was just increased significantly. So these guys are making a lot of money. 80% of our revenue goes to the driver. We just take a 20% commission. So I guess the point that I'd like to make is that how GO-JEK views this digital shared economy is not, we don't view it as a tech phenomenon. We view it as a very necessary and permanent evolution in the global economy. Why is it so special, these kind of app multi-sided marketplaces? Because it's one of the few business models that not only optimizes a particular market, it actually grows the market itself. It's one of the only business models that concurrently grows demand and supply at the same time. I'll give you an example. A lot of GO-JEK's users for transportation are women. In fact, the majority we think is women. We don't know exactly, but we think the majority is women. And a big chunk of them are first-time ojek takers that would have never considered taking an ojek as a transportation mode because there was that trust issue. We did not become the largest online food delivery company by taking market share from competitors. We basically expanded the market exponentially by allowing every single driver to go and shop to any restaurant in the city to buy for the end consumer. We didn't take market share or steal business away from large logistics providers that had a 60-minute courier delivery. We created that segment, that category altogether. So I think the point that I'm trying to make is that this digital shared economy, and GO-JEK is a prime example of this, we're coming to this point, a new technological paradigm that is the antithesis of this notion of scarcity. We hope to make Indonesia proud someday by showing to the world that social impact and scalable tech businesses are not only compatible, but are in fact inseparable. GO-JEK views the informal sector as an elastic resource that can expand in ways that we cannot even imagine. Thank you very much.